It's Charlie from Daily Motor. I'm out here with Chris. Hello. Different Chris than the Topher. You're just seeing more of him around here. And, right, exactly. They're both Tophers. Yeah. You just yell Chris and then somebody responds. Yeah, right. And we're also out here with this Ram Rebel TRX. We are at Silver Lake Sand Dunes. Awesome destination for coming out and just having pure hoonigan fun. This is the first Saturday of 2021 that it's open, and people are having a blast. There's a ton of people here, but that isn't stopping us from having a great time with this super truck. This thing sounds mean, it sucks gas, and it puts a smile on your face every time you're behind the wheel. So we've got plenty of other content on the TRX. We've got a normal review. We've got, what else do we have? We did a fuel economy test with this thing. We've got a test on the 19-speaker Harman Kardon audio system. But today's just gonna be about having a little fun, tossing this thing around, talking about its incredible capabilities. Because all of you in the comments love to say, oh, you guys didn't even take this thing off-road. That was nothing. Come on, find some real off-road stuff. So we have done that here today. When the Topher was behind the wheel of this thing, we sent it all 4 wheels in the air. Allegedly. Yeah, I think it was. I'd be very surprised. And this thing is just held up. It's crazy. It's an absolute beast. So let's get out of the wind and into the truck and get it rolling. Before we do that, Chris, go ahead and stand behind. I want you to hear how crazy this thing sounds.
Insane.
Yeah, it's like ear split.
It is.
The fact that this is street legal, yeah, is pretty sweet. And you get a warranty. Oh, it's definitely got it full of sand, but hey, you know, you gotta pay to play. That's been kind of the mantra of this thing, pay to play.
Gotta follow the Topher theme.
The Topher tap?
Clap my...
Yeah, the best you can.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are not in the know, Silver Lake Sand Dunes is some, I don't know how many acres, it's gotta be like 1,000 acres.
A million.
Of just sand and dunes, and as you see right here on the shores of Lake Michigan, right up to the beach, they just turned it into an off-road paradise. We like to keep the rear window cracked open a bit so we can hear that.
Gotta have that.
Yep.
Gotta have that.
See what these hoony boys are doing.
It's nice also that we get the ZF 8-speed,
yeah,
so it farts between shifts. Even in this heavy-duty all-wheel drive configuration, it's pretty quick, pretty snappy. Yeah.
So we're gonna put it right in Baja mode, appropriate for this sort of terrain and driving style. It holds gears pretty well. If you're driving hard on it, it'll hold them, and got the suspension very ready to be handling this business. Have to be extra careful today. Ooh, there's a Raptor.
There's a Raptor.
The T-Rex's prime target. And he's letting us go as he should. So there's no getting around how big this thing is. It's big and it's heavy, and you feel that even if you're just daily driving it or out here in the dunes. It's capable, but it's certainly not what you'd call flickable. It doesn't feel like you're just like, oh yeah, this thing it's no problem. It feels like it's working hard. It's getting it done, don't get me wrong, but it's a workhorse through this stuff, as opposed to something like a side-by-side or an ATV, or maybe even a two-door Wrangler would feel a little bit more playful out here. This is not playful, this is like, I'm out here to do business. Doesn't mean you can't have fun doing business. Like trying to find the soft sand, just play around in that.
I like to imagine that the only thing you can hear from the front if you're outside is the supercharger.
Yeah, that whine, it doesn't get old, surprisingly. It hasn't gotten old so far.
I've seen a lot of journalists saying that the supercharger whine gets old, and I don't really understand that.
Yeah, I get getting sick of exhaust drone, but I don't get sick of supercharger whine. My father actually has a supercharged Tundra TRD, and that thing never gets old.
Okay. of Dune running is having the momentum and the speed to not get stuck up at the crest. And when you've got 702 horsepower on tap, definitely helps. A little high marking.
Gotta anticipate what other people are gonna do.
Yeah, it's like riding a motorcycle. You just gotta expect that nobody sees you and that they're all trying to hit you.
Yeah.
So get some good lean angle, that's for sure.
Yes.
And for being such a large engine, it's fairly responsive. I mean, it takes a second to rev up, but it's not too long. There's not really any delay on power. Pretty slow steering rack, so you gotta make a lot of turns to get it around. But that makes sense for an off-roader. Does this truck want to race us or something?
Probably. Everybody does. You definitely want something.
Right.
Hey, man.
What's up?
I want to run these at one point today. This is a 6.2 supercharged, same thing that you got, so I want to see the difference.
Well, with those tires, we don't really have a chance. Oh boy, look at this Jeep! He full sent. I don't know if you saw him.
He's out.
He was like up to his doors.
Yeah, well, we know that that's deep now.
Yeah.
Oh, he just... Okay. Right back in it.
That's awesome. I mean, he's got a snorkel, I think. So, yeah, this is toy heaven, you know? We had a Topher's 4Runner out here as well, and I think did pretty well. You know, you don't want to go fast, but it was still competent.
Nice connection.
Thank you.
Yeah, you want to grab that for a sec? I was going to say there was a lot of understeer.
Yeah.
On that last one.
Oh well. Don't want to keep you stranded out there for much longer.
I was just scared that someone else was going to come by. I was like, someone else is not going to be so nice and they're going to come by and drench me.
That's a good point. I can't decide. Sometimes I want it in manual mode, but the ratios are pretty small, so it's a lot of shifting. So if you want to concentrate on your driving, then it's like, I don't want to. It's not often that I'd say this, but I kind of almost wish it didn't hold gears. Because then I could have it in manual mode until I got to the top and then have it shift, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of tricky with these Hellcat cars, and I found with the Durango that, especially when like doing launch control, I would always leave it in auto because it gets all the way through first gear before you can even like regain yourself from the launch. So you almost have to leave it in auto.
Yep, you're totally right. Yeah, and the red line's like oddly low because it's such a large engine and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like you often miss the shifts.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts been riding around in the TRX?
Well, I think it's very huge and intense and very expensive, and I'm electing not to drive because It's about my net worth in Dodge Ram. So, but it is a lot of fun from the passenger seat, and I'm enjoying just being in it and listening to the supercharger and just enjoying my time out here. It's my first time at the Dunes, so
it is an experience, isn't it?
It's quite an experience. Very interesting. Interesting crowd of people out here.
Just take a look at all of this.
Look at all those.
Down to 19 psi in the front and 17 in the rear. The fact that this thing's got a warranty and you can just take it out, and it's, I mean, we have abused it and it seems to be no worse for wear. Well, it really says something.
Yeah, we'll know for sure once it's on tarmac.
Right. On that flatter sand it felt better.
Whoa! Good fart.
Yep.
Alright.
And, you know, if you want to be able to do degen things without looking like a degen, you know, doing it in a sweater and everything, yeah. And if you want to be able to off-road without Trump flags, then this is a perfect opportunity.
Woo! So that was a nice big hit we had there. Actually knocked the GoPro battery right clean out the camera. But the Ram lives to tell the tale. What a beast. We highly recommend checking out Silver Lake Sand Dunes if you ever want to live out some of your off-road fantasies. Thank you all so much for watching. Thanks to Chris for coming along. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.